Emergency self-care seems like a good idea this morning. Oftentimes things happen in our lives that throw us for a loop. We become emotionally flooded. We get stuck in fear loops and anxiety. We get involved with catastrophic thinking. And at a time like that, it's even more important to practice good self-care. So what that might look like for you today could be a variety of things. I plan to go for a walk outside as soon as I can this morning. There's some breathing practices that we can do that help to down-regulate the system, our arousal in our system. We can work directly with thoughts and catastrophic thinking. Those things are all going to be very helpful today as we move through this period of distress and fear. One of the things that happens when we're afraid or we have some kind of big event that we're not able to handle well in our bodies is that our nervous system gets really charged up. One of the ways to work with that is to shake it out, literally. So come along with me for this next couple of minutes and let's do a couple of practices that will help to settle ourselves, help to self-soothe, self-regulate our nervous systems, come back to a little bit more of a state of equilibrium. And from there, we can move out into our day and see what happens then. It's going to be a practice that we're going to have to keep doing through the day. If we're really charged up about something, we need to keep coming back to it. We can't fix it once and then it's going to go away. These are practices that we need to do ongoing through the day and through these periods of time when things are very distressing. The first thing to do is to shake it out. Literally shake it out of your nervous system. Start with your arms, your shoulders. Get your legs involved. Shake your arms. Let your shoulders come up and down. Get kind of wild with it. And then stop and breathe. Take a couple of deep inhales and let your body relax as you exhale. Doing this for a couple of minutes even can be really helpful. Do it until you start to feel some of that anxious energy to let go. You can jump up and down if you want. You can just move your knees back and forth, move your hips, move your shoulders around. And then breathe. One of the ways our survival system works is that we have the flight response where we try to get away from danger. We have fight, flight, and freeze. Most of us will try and run away from danger first. And if we can't, because the danger isn't something physical, it's something that we're seeing over our Facebook pages and over the news, or we've got some kind of news that's really distressing, it's helpful to move the body. Let the body get some of that energy out. And breathe. You can do that through the day a few times. It'll really help. Another thing that I do often is to release the energy through 3 motions. Bring the hands up over your head in a fist, and then as you release your hands downwards, throw the energy out and let your hands open. And then let your breath come back to normal. Those 2 things can be very helpful in discharging that nervous energy that gets involved in the body. We can work directly with the breath. A 6-second exhalation is essential in letting our parasympathetic nervous system engage the relaxation response. However you get to the 6 seconds, it doesn't matter. See if you can do a lot of breathing today and in this emergency situation where you're breathing out for at least 6 seconds. You can do that by counting. You can do it by singing. If you like music, put on some music and sing to it. You could talk in longer, slower sentences that last at least 6 seconds so that your nervous system has time. And then breathe in and do another long, slow sentence where you can let yourself relax. You could even work with your body to relax. You could do a practice like box breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath, exhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath, inhale for 4 seconds, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And then move into the 6-second exhalation. We could do it with a syllable. Inhale deeply. Exhale, voo. And notice how you feel with those simple practices. Discharge the energy, take some longer breaths. Box breathing, that 4 on one side of the box, 4, 4, and 4. So inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Doing that can help stop kind of that panic reaction. It stops our nervous system from going into that reaction. It kind of wakes us up if we're in a parasympathetic kind of a freeze. That can be a helpful practice. And then go into the 6-second exhalations. However it is that you want to do that, sing or chant or talk longer sentences or count your breath as you breathe out. You can also do a practice called 2-to-1 breathing, where we breathe in for 3 and breathe out for 6. And once we're a little bit calmer, we can start to work directly with our thoughts. Catastrophic thinking in particular can really grab a hold of us on a time when we're really distressed about something or afraid. So a lot of people, after Trump was the president-elect from last night as I'm recording this, there's a lot of fear. What could happen? What's next for the Americans and for us around the world? What's going to happen now that someone who has been saying the kinds of things he has and inciting the kind of emotions and fear and hatred that he has, what's going to happen now that he's elected the next president of a powerful country? There's lots of thoughts that can come into the mind. There's lots of fear of what's going to be, happen. The mind gets really involved in that. This catastrophic thinking is a form of anxiety. So do your breathing practice, get outside into nature, shake it off. And then as you're seeing these kinds of thoughts come up, just recognize that this is catastrophic thinking, or it's anxiety or fear. It gets lodged in the mind. It's very natural for that to happen. You're not doing anything wrong. It's a natural response. And then take a look at those. Something like the living inquires is very helpful, where we see, okay, these are words. These are images. It might be actually flashing us back to previous times as well. There's other times when we felt afraid, or other times when we've had to fight for justice and now it looks like it's going to be rolled back. We might be in danger again from the kinds of statements that we've heard and the kinds of things that he's been saying, and knowing that lots of people are kind of getting involved in that, getting into this fear loop. And in fact, what's happened is people have elected him for lots of different reasons. Most of the people that voted for Trump, I can't believe, actually go along with a lot of what he's saying. So whether or not we believe in Donald Trump, or we believe that it would be better if he wasn't, no matter what our beliefs are, If you're having fear come up about this or anything else, have a look at the thoughts. Thoughts come up as words and images. We can look at words. We can see, can those words hurt me? Could those words cause something to harm me? We can see them in our mind's eye. We can hear the sounds as well. We can also look at the images that might come up. We have these rolling images of, well, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. And what if this happens? And how am I going to be safe? Take a deep breath. Relax your body. Shake it out if you need to. And then look at that and go, okay, right now I'm having a catastrophic fear come up in my mind. It's coming up as words and images. It's coming up as thought. What's going on in my body right now? I'm feeling some kind of energy in my body with those thoughts. Oftentimes we have the tight shoulders. So see if you can relax the back of your neck, the back of your shoulders. There's an automatic and protective energy that comes in there to help us right now. See if you can see that there's no threat actually in your words and your pictures. There's a lot of thinking about what might happen. Some of that thinking is necessary in terms of what steps we might take next. But when it gets to this kind of loop of fear and anxiety and catastrophic thinking, that actually isn't helpful at all. I hope that everyone can practice good self-care today to contribute some peace and rationality to the world and the energy that's happening right now. Take care of your own nervous system. Breathe, relax, have a hot bath, listen to some good music, talk with some friends, whatever it is that helps you to calm down. Try and make sure that you make time for that today. Don't forget to breathe.